But here is the good news. You can do the Nclex yourself. Is it expensive? Yes, it is. I won't lie to you. As a Kenyan RN that is working in the US, I did the Nclex by myself, and yes, it was expensive, but it's a matter of planning, having focus, and it's a matter of believing in yourself. So we are going to make a total and see how much that is going to be. So for CGFNs, we had for 50, right? And then to send our credential, we have 220 because 100 is for nursing body, and then 120 is for the licensure. And on today's video, we are going to talk about how much it will cost you as an international or foreign educated nurse to do Nclex and be licensed as a USRN. So how much is it going to cost you? Do you need all this money at once, or it is something you can have and start the process? The reason why we are doing this is because, honestly, if you do Nclex by yourself, the process is much faster than when you do it with an agency, because you have to prove to the agency that you're ready to take the Nclex exam. But at times, proving that you're ready to do exam can prove difficult for other people because some people just panic or anything. But here is the good news. You can do the Nclex yourself. Is it expensive? Yes, it is. I won't lie to you. As a Kenyan RN that is working in the US, I did the Nclex by myself, and yes, it was expensive, but it's a matter of planning, having focus, and it's a matter of believing in yourself. Like, I can do this, because all this money is required in stages. Unfortunately, compared to when I did it, right now, because of the dollar strengthening against most currencies, the process is expensive. So let's see, what is the cost? The first thing where you're going to incur the cost is in your credential evaluation. That is the first step. You have to have your credential evaluated. I advise you guys, use these two credential evaluation center. One is CGFNs and two is Joseph Sinley. I'll be giving a price comparison between those two institutions. Choose a board of nursing that, honestly, I'm not favoring one institution over the other, but Joseph Sinley is way cheaper. With $150, that's a lot. So let's see, let's compare and contrast. For credential evaluation, when you go CGFNs route, the cost at the time of recording this video is $450. Yes, you got me right. To have your credential evaluated by CGFNs, you have to pay $450. When you go the Joseph Sinley route, you're going to pay $400. That means you've saved $50. That's a lot of money for sure. So once you do that, that is, let's work with both of them. I'm just gonna give you a breakdown at the end. You've paid your Joseph Sinley or you paid the CGFNs. You are going to have to send your academic transcript to this institution. That is another cost you're going to incur. Today, I'll be talking about Kenya, but just know, even if you're from another country, these are the costs you're going to incur. The prices might vary, but that is what, through that process, that is what you'll have to incur. Like, I don't know. So, you'll have to get your credentials sent into this body. The schools, the institution, the colleges, the nursing boards in my home country and in your country don't do this for free. In Kenya, to have your nursing report where I school, you have to pay $50. That is to get the report. And then you have to pay another $50 for courier services. So I'm trying to round these off because courier services is probably $45, $48, but I'm trying to round them off to the nearest tens. So we are going to have $100 to have your diploma sent to the body. Then if you have 3 degrees, if you have, let's say you did a diploma then upgraded to a degree and you want both of them evaluated, that means you are going to have to pay double when having these credentials sent in. The price of credential evaluation on those bodies remain static. So once you have paid that, then you're going to go to your board of nursing and have them send your license report. In my country right now, you pay $120. $70 is going to be for the report, and then $50 again is going to be the courier services. So that is the amount you will need for the first step on taking Nclex. So we are going to make a total and see how much that is going to be. So for CGFNs, we had for 50, right? And then to send our credential, we have 220 because 100 is for nursing body, and then 120 is for the licensure. So that gives us a total of 220 plus for 50, that gives us a total of $670. So that is amount, that is what you will need on the higher side. So I'm going to round it off to the nearest hundreds. That means you have to have $700 for you to start this process, and that is being realistic. Once you've done that, the next step, you'll have to prepare for it because this process is gonna take some time. They'll have to evaluate your credential and give you reports, and that depends with how fast this institution in your country will send the report to CGFNs and will send report to Joseph Singley. Joseph Singley, in their website at this time of recording the video, their turnaround time is 21 days. And for CGFNs, it's 12 weeks. These might vary due to COVID. You know, there was a lot of backlog. And then 2, due to how fast they get your documents and if there's any error in your documentation. So until there, guys, I hope you've understand. Then after that, you're going to require to have to pay your board of nursing. Remember, you are going to be in one board of nursing, and right now I'm going to use the most cheapest board of nursing, which is Texas. That is my research. Texas, you have to pay $50 for registration fee or examination fee, and then you have to pay $25, which is for a jurisprudence exam, and then you have to pay around $40 for your background. So that is going to cost you $115. So let's just say $120. That is something you can achieve. So for your board of nursing, let's go with Texas, which we say is $120. $120 plus the $700 that we've said earlier is $820. As I said in the start of this video, this process is expensive. That is why nursing agency take that mandate to pay for you the process, to pay most of these expenses, and then you come in here and work for them. Ask yourself if this is something you can start by yourself or you can ask an agency to do it. Once you're done and you've registered with the board of nursing, you've had the credential institution send in your credentials to the board of nursing, and you're cleared, like, you know, you meet the requirement, then you have to register with PSNV and have to get to schedule your exam. So in PSNV, they will charge you $200 for you to register with them. They will charge you $200. So that is the money you need to have to schedule for the exam, because they will give you authority to test, and that authority to test expires within 90 days. So by that 90 days, if you don't take your Nclex exam, you'll have to redo the process again. So let's break down how much we are at right now. So we are working with the Texas Board of Nursing. We have $120 for registration and everything that they need. Then we have credential evaluation and sending in your transcripts. That is $700. So $700 plus $120, that is $820. $820 plus $200 is going to be $1,020. That is the money you need from the start until you schedule your exam. After that, you will need money, especially when you're in Africa, to have yourself from your home country the nearest board of nursing, which is South Africa. So you will need your flight ticket, and then you will need your upkeep and miscellaneous in case anything happens to you in South Africa. You'll need money for that. So roughly, I have put in expenses, air flights and everything at $1,200. At the time of this recording this video, from Nairobi to South Africa, it's around $600 to $700. Then I've just put on $500 on top because you will need a place to sleep, you will need some food to eat, and you just never know, you need extra cash on you. So Nclex for international nurses is a very expensive affair, or it's a very expensive process, and that is why there are nursing agency outside here who are ready to invest in you and help you do this. If you're not sure you want to work with a nursing agencies to help you do the NCLEX exam. That is the cost of nursing process. And most of the time, these agencies, once you have your NCLEX at hand, you can bargain and get your NCLEX bonus. You tell them, I did the NCLEX for myself, I need my NCLEX bonus or NCLEX repay, and they will pay you. I got my NCLEX repay or NCLEX bonus of $3,000. It doesn't come as a lump sum, but they pay you in installments, and at the end of the day, you get your money back. And it's, for me, I got $3,000, and I know I used less than that for my NCLEX. For those who want to continue after that, whether you're through agency or not, you'll have to incur one more cost by yourself, and that is the English proficiency test. English proficiency tests that are accepted are EOT, IELTS, TOEFL. We are going to talk about IELTS. IELTS is going to be around $310 at the time of recording this video when you're in Kenya. So yes, just look at that. And then if you decide to do the visa screen by yourself, at the time of recording this video, Joseph Sinley is only taking $500 to give you visa screen, while CGFNs is asking for $700. So this is a very, very expensive process, and you have to make sure you're ready to do this, because underneath that, I already added a miscellaneous again of around $200, just in case the dollar goes up, you know, you have something for you. So in total, we've realized at the end of the day, you will need more than $1,500 to do the NCLEX exam. It's close to $2,000 to you to just finish the NCLEX exam, especially when you're from Africa, because you have to take a flight, which is also damn expensive, to the nearest test center. So you register with Board of Nursing, that is a fee. We say Texas is going to be around $120. You register with CGFNs for your credential evaluation, that is $450. You register, you have your document sent and everything, that is going to be around $220. You have to have $200 for PSN VU. You have to have money for your flight ticket, and then you have to have for the upkeep and accommodation wherever you are. So it's kind of coming roughly to $2,500, but it is money that it's not needed as a lump sum. You need it in stages. So ask yourself, if this is something you want to do, then go ahead and do it. But if it is something that you feel it's expensive, of course, for most international nurses, it's going to be expensive. Please do use nursing agency. And on that note, I made a video on top 10 nursing recruitment agencies that will pay for your NCLEX exam and will help you through this process. Please do click on the link here, do watch it, and do start your USRN.